On the air with Jason Lauren Clint here as well. Let's go to America.
Yes, It's been another dramatic weekend. Protesters flooding the streets of many US cities.
It was all around the country, wasn't it? I saw big protests in New York as well.
Yeah, because what erupted in Los Angeles has now spilled onto the streets of many US cities.
Now, this is the protest over people being deported?
Yeah, this is the No Kings protests or rallies.
Yep.
And, it's scary.
So
we saw Lauren Tomasi, one of Channel 9's US correspondents the other day, hit with a rubber bullet, which was scary for her, obviously, and her family, but also all of us as colleagues of hers at 9.
So the No Kings rally, is this saying we don't have a king in this country, but people in America are saying Donald Trump is behaving like he is a king?
At the same time, in Washington, D.C., you saw this bizarre parade. It was actually the 250th anniversary of the US Defence Force. This parade,
like a military
parade on Donald Trump's birthday. So it's just a strange old time to be living in the States.
Very odd.
Yeah.
Very odd.
But it is getting willing on the streets, and a friend of mine and a colleague at 9 who found himself right in the middle of it, smack bang when I was on air yesterday on the Today Show. He did a great job. In the midst of the chaos is Reid Butler, US correspondent for 9. G'day, Reid.
Good morning.
G'day, guys.
How are you going? Because it's scary to watch you guys out there on the streets. Are you feeling safe while you're reporting on these events?
Oh, look, we have a good security with us, which has been a really helpful situation to alleviate a bit of that pressure, because you've got so much focus at the time on talking to the camera, working out what's happening around you, making sure that everything is working. So that is helpful. They kind of watch your back, but safe. You probably never feel safe in those situations because it changes so quickly, and particularly in the big protest yesterday, Sunday Australian time, it just went from big and boisterous to so dangerous in about a matter of a couple of minutes, and it was just suddenly you've got the horses charging you, and you've got rubber bullets being fired, tear gas. We had to get our masks because you've got tears streaming down your face, and you can taste it in the back of your throat, and it lasts for a solid 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and you've got the red eyes for the entire day, pretty much. So yeah, it's sort of frightening, but you just got to try and stay calm and just talk about what's happening around you and try and stay collected. But it is hard, particularly when you're live on air and you've got a situation where the police are just moving in.
I'm going to play devil's advocate, and don't get me wrong, I sat there watching it as well. But do we need the reporters so close in there? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you need to be on the front line and putting yourself in that situation?
Well, we're storytellers first and foremost.
Yes, thank you, Clint. And also, it is a situation where a lot of the time, we're not right in the middle of it. There was lots of times yesterday where we were several blocks down because it was too unsafe.
Yeah.
And you still had those bullets firing from probably hundreds of meters away, smashing car windows next to you and all of that sort of stuff. So you want to try and find that balance where you can tell the story and work out what's happening, because there's also it's not as if we're looking online to see how these protests are unfolding or where they're moving. You kind of have to be there and see what is happening as it is happening, because it is just that kind of thing that's unfolding.
So, Reid,
when you're on air, when you're on radio, whatever it is.
So for anyone who's not fully across it, just in sort of an elevator pitch, what exactly is happening over there?
So the interesting thing about these protests yesterday, they were planned a long time in advance. Anti-Trump, the No Kings protests, these demonstrators, they think Donald Trump is acting like a dictator rather than elected official. Right. But what has happened in the past week, which blew everything up, were these immigration raids across Los Angeles. So that has just fired up these crowds, and you had something that very well could have been a kind of peaceful protest yesterday that just turned so violent because the emotions are so high, because a lot of the people in these crowds on the motorbikes and with the big Mexican flags, they've had loved ones detained in these immigration raids across Los Angeles at farms, at car washes, at
highly
hotels.
It's highly emotive.
Exactly.
Detained, deported, and do you know what? They are determined as well.
There was a video on the weekend I saw of a lady being detained by the NYPD, and the ICE officials, and then they've detained her, leaving her 10-year-old daughter on the street.
Oh,
She was a tourist.
She was a tourist.
She was a
Heartbreaking.
tourist.
Just a tourist visiting. It was
Okay.
crazy.
So, Reid,
And you see those videos and it just fires everyone up. People,
Yeah,
kids
right.
crying and the like. So their emotions are so high. And obviously that is a recipe for these kinds of flare-ups.
it's crazy time to be living in the US. What is it like today in LA, and are we expecting these protests to continue?
It's definitely a lot calmer today. Things obviously fired up so much late into the afternoon yesterday and overnight past curfew in downtown LA, a bizarre situation where downtown is in
That's
curfew.
amazing. So that's everything. Restaurants are shut, shops
Yep.
are shut, convenience stores are shut,
Yep.
everything's shut.
Not only shut, but boarded up because they're worried about looting. So we were seeing people desperately trying to put up these big plywood boards. The Apple store got looted. The Zara store there got looted, all these restaurants. So, yeah, it is. And that's given police, the LAPD, license to be a bit more aggressive because they have that order to clear out. When you're there,
Wow.
you get that alert on your phone and you watch a blaring sound being like, curfew, you got to get out of there. And obviously a lot of people don't listen to that, and that is when you've seen most of these police move in. Yeah,
Amazing.
But it is calmer today, but these raids are continuing.
Yeah.
The National Guard, the Marines that Donald Trump has sent into Los Angeles, they're going to be here for the next month or two at least, and that's also been another aggravating factor.
Is the ranch with the mechanical bull under strict curfew as well, Reid?
I'll have to go and do some
can you please?
investigating on that one.
Hey, Reid, compared to your days on A Current Affair with neighbours at war, would you say tension's more high at home or over there?
Oh, look, ACA had its moments. I feel like there was some...
Neighbours at War is very full
Oh,
on.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't been jammed in any doors here in Los Angeles yet, which is good, but there's still, who knows how long these protests will go for. But, this is tense. Like, it was just... What my security guard there, when curfew hit and the streets were mostly empty except for these real radical protesters, he said it felt like The Purge, that movie. People just running around and smashing things. I saw police at one point firing rubber bullets up at a rooftop of an apartment building because there were people on the rooftop throwing glass bottles at police.
God.
That's the thing. The minute they're throwing stuff, it's just
out of control.
Hey, we're going to have to leave it there. But Reid Butler joining us on
You
the
stay safe, Reid.
Yeah,
Good on you,
thanks for
Reid
jumping
Oss.
on, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Jason Lauren.
Jason Lauren. Wake up feeling good. Follow them on the socials.